saying. No, I haven't. I went back to bed. Okay, forget it. I'm still waking up. Are we going to start this in a minute, or do I have a couple minutes to get a
I
drink?
I just started it. I
Oh
mean,
shit!
I can pause it if you want to get. You can get a drink while we do it. I'm sure no one's gonna show up just yet.
Okay.
If they do, I'll just start talking about stuff that I find interesting, which is a lot of things. There's one viewer. We are just starting this. Anyway, I can talk about what I'm researching, which is kind of interesting. Um, well, actually, no, this is about the witch's Sabbath, not that stuff. But I guess we can talk about whatever. I guess it is my thing. Oh, it's Barry. Hello, Barry. Then... Okay, it appears to be working. There is Barry watching, and then... okay. Let's see. All right. Ah, shit. I don't have a Dr. Pepper, I don't think.
You what?
I don't have a Dr. Pepper.
Well, we have someone joining us. Look at this, Jess. That's okay.
Yeah, Barry's watching.
It,
And then...
my hair looked fine in the mirror. Now it's like it doesn't look good. I guess that's because when you look in the mirror.
I think it looks fine.
Thank you. Oh fuck! Fucking hair. Just waking up. Are we straight? We're actually live. Is that what's going on?
Yep.
Nice.
It's actually live right now. It is currently...
The best thing about these lives, I don't know I'm even live. Like I think there was one I did for the Witch's Sabbath. At the end, I'm sitting there eating a hot dog, getting ready, and it was live.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, oh fuck! The last thing I need to be is seen eating a glizzy.
Well, was it a good hot dog at least?
What the fuck you talking? I'm offended you'd ask me that. Do you think I would eat anything that was not good?
I don't know. I had to ask.
Within my character, let me tell you, this character person will never eat anything that is not good. As a matter of fact, if you my belly is probably $250,000 in investment. I'm sort of joking, but I'm not. Sad but true. Yeah, I eat good food for sure. I don't eat garbage.
Are there going to be hot dogs at the Witch's Sabbath this year?
I will. Well, you know what I would hope for is tacos. It's there. It's. I don't know what else. El Paso's known for. I don't know what they're known for, but I would imagine Mexican food. But hot dogs are good. If I mean, I shouldn't say that. Who knows? Maybe in El Paso they don't know how to make hot dogs.
There is going to be cotton candy from what I hear, though.
That's right. Cotton candy sounds good.
What
Oh,
color?
y'all sound good on YouTube. Oh, gee, I hate that. I need better lighting. I usually have a light rig. Let me see the shadows cast from this. a little better. Please make me look like I have less bags under my eyes. Okay, there we go.
Gives you kind of a Billy Butcher look.
Who's
Interesting.
that?
It's the guy from The Boys.
I knew you were Jester. I knew that. Loving this Coca-Cola. Actually, I'm boycotting Coca-Cola. I try not, I bought these before the boycott. But I wouldn't even know, honestly, with that boycott, I wouldn't even know Coca-Cola owns so much of everything. That probably everything I'm eating or drinking is Coca-Cola. This is probably Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I found out a whole bunch of candies are just Hershey's subsidiaries.
Yeah. Well, I can't help but be nostalgic almost about my childhood when I look at stuff that everyone puts up with today. It's like younger generations definitely got less than we had. You got to. I don't want to go into that too much. I sound too old. Driving around Chicago lately, I'm just like blown away by how much things have changed. But it's all like one big suburb now. It's not like a city of Chicago. It's like Target's here. There's a bunch of chain restaurants, and that's not like a big city. Big cities don't have that stuff. Usually, they have like their own version of those things. Does this make me look older or younger? What do you expect? I hate these things because I got to look right at myself.
I can always turn the video off.
Oh no, let's not do that. People, I'm looking okay right here. I'm looking Christ-like. That's right. So, which is Sabbath? You're going to be there, and I'm going to be there. It's going to be a great time. I love this. I was just laying back earlier, getting ready for this, thinking about the Witches' Sabbath and how I'm just excited to meet everyone that's participating in it. I think that's the most important thing with the foundation of that event is who's participating in it, and it's hard for me to. I have to watch what I say, and so that takes thought. And this is what's I usually don't do that when I communicate. I don't really need to think about what I'm saying. I say what I want to say. So I want to be nice and oh fuck it, I can't be nice. Yeah, it definitely matters the energy that is put in by the people who are participating in the event to make it anything worth the shit. And last year in LA was okay, but it was just awful. It was okay, but it turned out to be awful in my expectations. I mean, and it was because of the people that were participating. And given the chance to go to El Paso to work with, everyone's got 16 fucking names, and I don't know what to call anyone anymore. We're going to reveal these people next week, and they're going to be able to tell me what their names are on live action. But there's a Flux Collective, the Flux Art Collective. That I can say. This is good. There we go. Let me see the proper spelling of this. I think it's Flux Art Collective. This that I can mention. Flux. Let me get this up. Yeah, Flux Collective, nonprofit organization, collective of interdisciplinary artists elevating underrepresented voices in the borderland region. Borderland region. I never heard that term. There you go. The Flux Collective. I could mention that name. But I've been talking to some of those people for a while, and they're just the greatest. They're real artists and really want to. I would say be seen, or I think, maybe I can't speak for them. They have to speak for themselves, and they have to show up here and do that. Because I hesitate to talk for them, but I really like what they do. and they're really interested in zine making, which I come from the first wave of zine making that became a culture of zine makers. And Claudia is interested in making zines. So that's some of the cool energy that I'm following. And I like to, when I make artwork or do events, follow rather than lead it, to follow the energy of the event or follow the energy of the artwork. Or when I make a sculpture, fuck it, I do everything as a sculpture. And so when I sculpt, I follow the sculpture. I don't look to make it like I want it to look. Like I don't look, I'm not going to look to sculpt this apple to look like an apple. If I make an apple, I'm going to think about apples and let my hands go. And then the apple turns out like this. See, there's a bear skull and there's eyeglasses in there. You can actually look through the skull. And this is like a planchette, actually. It turned out to be a planchette. Not that it ever started as an apple, but this is definitely how an apple could turn out in my world. And so I followed the energy of this. And I carve into the bone. This is carving into the bone. This is a black bear skull, and I use it like a planchette. And so I like to do everything that way, follow the energy. This is a cool planchette too. Look at this. I'm finding cool things that I've made. That's a penis. And there's the vagina. There's a bunch of them on here. Yeah, so I like to follow the energy of the event. And I like to keep it a mystery as to what's going to go on at the event for a great deal of time and where the event will be. But I know we're going to have music. I've heard that there's going to be, I wish the Flux Collective was on here. Jess is in the chat. And I'm just going to say these things, Jess, and you'll clear them up later. But they have it sounds to me like the entire community of El Paso is participating. You see, I feel like there's only 16 people in El Paso. Being from Chicago, everything's small to me. So I'm like, maybe there's just 16 people in El Paso that want to do this. But it seems like Flux has a handle on the whole art community there, and it seems like it's actually like family type of community. They all come together and do interesting projects. And they had just done this print art show, and I saw photos of it, and I was like, "Oh, this is really cool." And it reminds me of the younger days of when I would put on art shows like that just to get friends together. So it just had a great energy, and I wish I could find another word for following energy or something like that, but that's just what it is. It's a vibe. It's the vibe that things let off that I think dictate how they're going to end up or how they're going to look. I certainly can't wait to be on May 2nd talking to you, Claudia, and trying to figure out what happened at the event and if it was any good or not. I shouldn't even say any good because it's always going to be, there's going to be no good. It will be no good. But the Witches' Sabbath, as far as all of them that have happened, have turned out really great based on the people that attend. Like I said, and the people who have a part of it. It doesn't really matter what's happening on a stage or what the entertainment is. So people try to figure out, what is this? And it's sort of a meeting of minds. It's a meeting of people that are in an alternative world. It's a non-denominational type of thing, because it gets labeled a satanic event. And I like to have everyone, all kinds of, it's just alternative. I think witches stands for something that's alternative world. So if it's alternative sexuality, whatever the alternative is, alternative to religion, I'm anti-religion myself. And there's no alternative to that. So it's about a lot of folks like that getting together and getting to know one another. How have you seen it, Claudia? When you see this event unfold in video online, how do you see it?
It appears to be like a concert and a Comic-Con, and I think I described it in the thing I wrote perfectly. Willy Wonka meets H.R. Giger.
I love how you credit. I described it perfectly. That's good quality, Claudia. Yeah, I think that's a great explanation. Actually, Willy Wonka meets H.R. Giger. You see it as a concert. Yeah, it is something like that, but it's sort of like the modern version of witches dancing around the fire. It is very
Now it's a guy in stockings
yeah,
dancing to Rasputin.
yeah. The first year, like I had the greatest time until the police showed up, and I had just taken a bunch of mushrooms, and I was chasing around this young lady. We were chasing each other, spraying water on each other, and everyone else was chasing ass. Let's say I don't know if this is, I have a stuttering problem right now because I'm communicating to younger people, and I'm worried about saying something that's not politically correct.
This is politically incorrect with Claudio Verdello.
Yeah, but I don't worry about saying it if I felt like saying it. I don't want to offend people, too much. I don't care about offending people, but does this make sense at all? I want to be able to communicate the properly.
You don't want YouTube to take it down for terms of service violation.
Well, there's that, but I want to communicate in the language of today versus the language of my generation, and so that's what it comes down to. And so that's not easy. The older you get it, the less it becomes possible. And so it's definitely a sexual kind of energy at the event, no doubt. Well, all purchase is about a sexual energy. If you were going to actually ask me a question, Claudia, but what kind of energy would it be? It would be a sexual energy. It would be the kind of energy that you feel between your legs. And that's how I've enjoyed. That's how I felt. All of the witches' Sabbath have felt like that, to a greater or lesser degree. Another reason why I wanted to do it in El Paso is because they could make it. Well, I don't want to say all ages, but something where people that you don't have to go to a bar. You don't have to be over 21 to participate. And I want to say, I don't say that as a perv, but I do. I'm a pervert. I'm a fucking total perv. So I do say that as a perv. Oh, Jess is here?
Yep.
Oh, that's great. I do say it as a pervert, but I don't. The context of why I say I think young adults should be allowed to participate is because young adults, are the future. Are the future, and that it seems just. I don't like things to stand in the way of people participating. Even the price. When I discussed this with Jess, we have a sliding scale, so if people can't afford it, whatever price the ticket is, they can still get in. I say that with a lack of confidence because I worry about people taking advantage of that, as people do take advantage of kindness, and so I wish we could figure out consequences. Because the only thing that makes up for people taking advantage of kindness is consequences. So, if we could electrocute them with a cow thing, prod, if we find out they have money, that would be good consequence. Anyway, so I just like people to be able to participate. And I don't like things to hold them back because fuck this. Because when I was younger, everything held me back. Money, age, there was always gatekeeping happening. So I'd like that to not happen with this.
The whole sky is ours idea.
What was that?
You called it the sky is ours.
Everybody owns the sky. Well, when I think about El Paso and getting near there, there's also the issue of idea of borders and the idea of being able to kick someone out based on an arbitrary border or something, or just it's a ridiculous concept to me. And when I see a lot of that stuff happening, I think about ideas like, everyone owns the sky. Everyone should own the water. It's always been wild to me that people, like Nestle's can buy water and keep people from water. We are 80% water. So I think that's it, 80%, 75%. So it's like those things are ours. And I think the idea of everybody owns the sky. Did you ask what the idea is behind that? What did you ask a question?
Both.
I'm looking very seasoned. That's all I'm saying. um, it comes from that. It's the idea of ultimate freedom. And I think that's a lot of what my understanding of the cult world, witchcraft, the alternative world in general is about reaching for a freedom. It's not even about changing the society. It's not about a kind of revolutionary act, but it is a revolutionary act in and of itself to be yourself, to claim yourself and who you are and what you want to be. And that shouldn't be revolutionary. It should just, so when I look into the alternative world, I've always seen it as something that's about freedom. When I was a young runaway, the the people in the Boys Town, Chicago, the gay neighborhood, they were the ones that took me in and helped me out, fed me. And so that was one of the first times I saw alternative life, alternative world, things that were told to me that were bad or wrong. And to see that it was just about freedom. I was, also schooled that was perversion, and they're looking to always be perverts. It was not the case, of course. It was just about wanting to be themselves. And so that's how I see the witches' Sabbath, is people, and that's what's important about having younger people there, is to try to empower them to be themselves, to be free, to be themselves. And that's a real hard thing in our society. It's really hard, and you can't always be yourself. You just can't. You'll get killed, and that's an unfortunate thing about our world. And I wish, if I had if wishes worked, I would wish that we could be free to be who we want. And it's such an odd thing to say, like that you can't be that, or that's the wish I have, or that's what I would want to empower, because you think it's just natural. You're born and you are who you are. And so it's just like this concept of free speech. It's an odd concept because we're born and we're able to communicate. So we already had free speech. No one really gave it to us. Someone actually took it from us and is trying to re-give it to us with a right that says free speech. And it's the same with the concept of being yourself. Someone took that from you. Somewhere along the line, our society said you can't be yourself. You have to conform to this. And you believe that. And so it's sort of like we all own the sky is in that mind frame. Now, mind you, I'm still writing about this stuff. This poetic or this thought hasn't totally come to a solid. It's still in a mist form. But that's the idea. It's basically about freedom, and the whole thing is about that.
I think I wrote something on that.
You did? What did you say?
Yeah, it's in that zine I made. It'll be out.
Good. That's very good. I gotta say, I got old and I look older, but I'm a sexy old. I'm satisfied with how I look with short hair. What do you want from me, people? I'm looking at myself. This is what happens. I'm amazed. I'm like, man, look at these wrinkles. They're not going to look at that. Look at this. This is what happens.
It has
but I don't look bad.
That's a Billy Butcher vibe to it.
Good. Billy Butcher. Which one was that in the?
He's the one with the accent that said cunt a lot.
Oh goodness, the guy I hate that guy, and that's probably, I told you. I think I said that to you. I think I hate him because I have similarities. Anyway, well, Jess was on there. Did Jess communicate to you that they were going to say something?
I think they're having technical difficulties. Maybe they just got back right.
I would love to hear from Jess from the Flux Collective. Hey,
Hi, hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, solid. For whatever reason, my computer camera stopped working. It always has this kind of issue for whatever reason, so I'm trying to solve that, but I am here.
I love it. How are you?
Hanging in there. I went for a really long hike today. It was supposed to be like a 3-hour hike starting at like noon, and it ended up being more like a 6-hour hike.
Oh, I love that.
So, you know, I'm nice and crisped up from the sun out here, but it's been chillier other than that.
That's a good day though. A 6 hour hike is like a gold for me. That's a gold day. That's a great day.
Yeah, it was honestly really nice. And we went into the tin mines up here in El Paso. We have like a bunch of old mine shafts, so you can kind of explore and enter the caves and enjoy a lot of the little underground areas and whatnot.
You're
It's
gonna
it's pretty
take me.
fun.
You're gonna take me to those when I'm there, right?
Oh, for sure, you'll love it. Yeah, it's
Good.
great.
So let me ask you about hot dogs. Do you have hot dogs down
Okay.
there?
So like, I personally, I don't enjoy myself with Lizzie, unfortunately. Maybe it's just the lesbianism in me, but I can't. But hot dogs are actually really popular here. So there's a lot of places that do like Mexican style hot dogs where they're like a little extra crisp, I guess, and
Right.
then have like all of these additional like Mexican toppings on top of them. So like salsitas and like chucheria stuff on top. Often like a lot of like cabbagey type things and like I said, salsas, chilies, that kind of thing. Um, but yeah, we can definitely look into getting a hot dog vendor. We have a couple of places that do tortas and they put hot dogs inside of a torta, so it's kind of like a weird sandwich with like a thicker bolillo type bread.
And now the double meaning between torta. Now I know there's a new meaning
Mm-hmm.
with that. So it's like you put the hot dog in the torta. Of course you do.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Correct.
So what is El Paso known for though as far as food? What is it? Is there something special there like that people like? Oh, we have the best this.
Um, I mean, there's a couple of things. So, like, I mean, in general, Mexican food. And the thing, unfortunately, is that if you are from El Paso, you're not going to El Paso for Mexican food. You're going to Juarez for Mexican food. So you're going to cross the border into Mexico to get full Mexican food. Um, but we have a place in El Paso called Chico's Tacos. And that is like El Paso, like the only thing in El Paso that like food in El Paso that El Paso is known for is Chico's Tacos. Again, another place that I personally really don't like, but they do flautas that are like soaked. So they have like salsa that they put on top of a 3-pack of flautas, and then they serve them with like fries on the side.
So
Personally, I like the grilled cheese, but that's just me.
so flautas you don't like because of the shape or because of the texture?
I'm just not a meat eater in general.
Okay, okay.
But most of like the food here is like pork and beef is the main thing that people like to eat here. So I'm usually the one that eats like the cabbage slaw, but it's not like white people slaw where it's like coleslaw or like cabbage and mayonnaise. Like it's usually like cabbage with lime, um, and like extra veggies on top, that kind of vibe.
Nice.
But yeah, in general, it's like a lot of like food that is like drenched in like sauces and a lot of like meats and pork drenched in sauces.
Sounds good to me. All of it sounds good,
Yeah, if
So
you're a meat eater, you're gonna love it here.
do you not eat meat?
I eat meat when I have to. Like I generally am not a meat eater. Like me and my mom aren't really big meat eaters, but we don't eat a lot in general. So if we haven't eaten in the entire day, like yeah, we'll take anything that you throw at us. But usually we're just like more vegetarian vibes. So a lot of eggs. We eat a lot of eggs.
Yeah, I was a vegetarian for 3 or 4 years. I understand that world, and I gained weight as a vegetarian.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Too
because I
funny.
ate cheese instead of meat, and I wasn't thinking about calorie counting.
Yeah.
Well,
My mom has like a really bad issue with kidney dialysis. She's on dialysis and she loves everything that's like dairy and cheese and all of these things and absolutely cannot eat them anymore. Quite a
Oh,
shame.
Well, yeah, that's my problem too at this age. If I eat something with too much salt, it's like I did a bunch of cocaine. I'm like, man, I'm fucking
Mm.
a little sugar. I'm like, I'm fucking lit, you know.
Yeah. Also, I did want to ask really quick because I'm having the audio go through my laptop. Is there any like reverb or anything happening from like
No,
hearing on either end? Okay, cool.
no, you'd hear that. You know, I keep I should dye my beard, shouldn't I? I'm joking
It's
about that. I'm joking about that, but it's very gray.
a nice grade. It's a good grade.
Is it? That's good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Someone the other day said, you know, if you dyed your beard, you'd look a lot younger. You'd look almost 40 years old. Because I don't look 56. Of course, I don't look 56. Lie to me. That's what you fucking do here. You lie.
I was like, is there a correct response? I
A
don't
lie.
know.
A lie. A lie. Yes.
All right, duly noted. I'll remember for next time. I'll remember for next time.
Or is there gonna be salad there?
I hope so. I'm gonna try to make sure that we have like vegan and vegetarian options.
Oh yeah.
We don't have too many of those like style like food trucks, but there's a couple of people that I know that sell like vegan and vegetarian food for not like ridiculous Chicago prices.
Oof.
All right, salad dressing test in mass. Cool.
Oh, I love it. Do you know
Oh,
what the
for
salad
sure.
dressing? Do you know what the salad dressing test is, Jess?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Anton LaVey created this salad dressing test, and he would say if this person eats this kind of salad dressing, they might be this. They're probably this, or they're probably this
Mm.
kind of person. It's just a fun thing. So what else? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Jess, I didn't know how to explain anything. I was like, when I started this, I was like, I'm not really sure what to say here. You know,
No,
what
you're
did
totally good. I also was like, what are we going to be talking about today? What is supposed to like be the vibe or anything like that? Um, yeah, I don't know. I
oh boy.
mean, in terms of like talking about witches Sabbath in general, a lot of like what I've been trying to explain to folk is this idea that El Paso has become this nexus of energy. And even on the hike today, my homies who are Flux members were asking me about it and kind of trying to like dig at the details of what it is. And when I said that, they were like, "Oh, I get it. Like that makes immediate sense because like people see us as not just like this place where there's like some border war happening, but also like a place of hope and a place of retreat and safety, and also like this place where it's unusual and unknown and people usually just pass through it and don't really pay attention to it. And there are people still here that are like call it their only home and strive so longingly to find this and make it be their home. So it kind of toggles between a lot of this like energetic influence. So it makes a lot of sense.
I
But
love that. I love that.
yeah.
That's exactly it. We're there to tap in. We're there to take the energy, not take it.
Yeah.
Show, use it.
So yeah, use it. That's what I've been trying to like explain the most is that it's an opportunity for people to use that energy, to utilize that energy. Like I kind of talked with you about a lot of artists here make border art. And it almost becomes trivialized in a way that it's, every artist has to make work about the border. Um, and it doesn't like there are some people who do it really well, but I think a lot of people almost take it on in like a trend or like just
Yeah.
a like overlook or like, oh, I live here, I have to do it instead of really capturing that energy. So I think it would be really cool for us to be able to find that in between and that gray space, I guess.
Yeah, that stuff's weird. I understand what you're saying with that, but for me, just coming down there, when I start thinking, I didn't even know El Paso was a border town. All right, I knew it was a
Yeah, that's
border
right.
town, but you're like it's on the border. It's right there. You pass right in there. I didn't know it was so close. But my immediate thing is I don't think about Mexico. I think about Texas when I come down there. What assholes they are.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
So that's I've been to Texas many times. I've been arrested in Texas. I've been harassed by police in Texas, and so they're a whole different world. I know the
mm,
longest walk when they walked across the country, they walked around Texas. They wouldn't enter Texas because they're
that's
such
really
a
crazy.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's pretty funny as well. Like El Paso is on such a corner of Texas that people don't even remember that El Paso is Texas, and we even forget very frequently that El Paso is Texas. Um, like I was explaining to you, like we have people who are literally living 15 minutes away from the border. You can have a 15-minute walk and get into Mexico. We also have people who live on the far west side where it's a 5-minute drive and you're suddenly in New Mexico and can like legally buy marijuana and not really have any issues or, have people like give you questions about anything.
can you not legally buy marijuana in Texas?
No, no, you cannot. You can buy Delta 8, which is
Yeah.
like a real shitty, crappy,
Yeah.
makes your throat hurt.
Yeah. See, that's what the sky. Everyone owns the sky comes from more be thinking about Texas and how awful they are down there.
Mhm.
They're just weird.
Yeah, it's a real interesting dichotomy. You drive down and you can see so many of the people who are full immigrants, multiple generations living in the same household, still going back and forth between Mexico and the US. And then, 2 blocks down, you see like a Trump and Vance sign and like a super conservative, like Texan with the boots and the big giant like pickup trucks and crap like that. And it's an interesting thing to like see it so vividly, I think.
Yeah. Well, that whole subject, I can go off on, but I don't care to be so specific about politics with the witches Sabbath and stuff. I'm
Yeah,
not.
for sure.
I'm a little. I just for me personally, I don't. The state of Texas is weird, but fuck. That's such an upsetting subject anyway. Makes me want to talk about
Yeah.
it.
It's
But
also like a little funny, interesting, like being from Texas, because there's a lot of growing up in the sense of like cowboys and this idea of like what Texas used to be or like what Texas could be with this like freedom and all of these um like cowboy mentalities, I guess. And then to see what it is now and the ways that people view Texas now, it's really like disheartening in a lot of ways. And I know that there's a lot of people who, love Texas, but don't love what Texas stands for anymore and try to take on more of that like Western cowboy mentality. I'm sure Grace is definitely one of them that is very consistently on the like cowboy idealism
yeah,
without taking on the like Texas politics or the Texas rhetoric that has come around to be associated with it.
yeah, I love the cowboy ideas. I was born in Lubbock, Texas, by the way, so I'm actually a
Oh,
Texican and a
okay.
Chicagoan,
Oh,
and
fun.
so um, I like all that stuff, but but I don't at the same time. So
Yeah.
there's that. I will say this to people. Um, it's hard to. I believe in magic, and I don't believe in much, but I've seen some things, and I will tell you this: you contact any artist from the first Witches Sabbath, and you ask them if they believe in magic after that Witches Sabbath, and they will all tell you they do. And I don't talk to half of them, but some of them are afraid to talk to me. And because it was the weirdest vibe when we did this thing when we did what we did, it changed everyone that was involved's life. Okay. And for the most part for the better, and so
Awesome.
it was really strange. It was really strange though. And a lot of folks would laugh about that. They're more atheistic in idea, their mind, and they would laugh about a lot of stuff. Maybe they see it as entertainment, which is fine.
For
But
sure.
afterwards, I remember asking this guy, Vomit.
Huh.
I'm like, what
Nice.
do you think something happened there? Do you think he goes, oh yeah, dude, yeah.
Mm.
They were like shooken up about it. It was funny.
That's
So
really solid. That's fun as hell.
yeah, so I plan to make real magic in El Paso. I plan on doing something down there that you won't forget, and so that's why I would come down there. I don't want El Paso to ever forget me. I want your children to know my name.
Yeah, this is definitely one of them events that's going to be seared into people's brains. I can feel it already.
Yeah, that's the goal. The goal is so it's not just like an event passing through town. Like I really, I think I just what I know, what I saw in the last one, it was crazy cool. It was crazy cool. You know, you wouldn't, and it was like weird, like people broke up with their mates. All these weird things happened, but they went on to level up, as you would
Mhm.
youngsters would say. They all leveled up, and so it was the wildest moment, and I really enjoyed that. And I would say even the other ones in Los Angeles to a lesser degree, though, had this magic vibe, but it was way to a lesser degree. And I think it was because it was in Los Angeles. I think Los Angeles has lost its magic. It's
Mm.
there once an industry comes in to harvest your magic, your energy, your talents, whatever word you want to use. It kills that. It kills the talent or the energy, um, and that's Los Angeles is sort of dead energy now. The creative energy is dead. It's all dead there. There's no point in going there anymore for creative work. And so when I see your events, the Flux Collective events, it looks like you have a great deal of magic down there.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of people who can tell that there's like something to be made for the last like at least nearly decade. We've had people be like, "Oh, El Paso's the new art center. El Paso's the new art center. We're gonna have like this and that, and everybody needs to like get in on it and take advantage of it and find your profit, find your niche, this and that." And like nobody's really actually stuck in the way that they, I guess, want themselves to or like want to take advantage of that. And I think a lot of that comes down to a lot of the like communal family things that are very intrinsic within like Hispanic and Mexican culture. I can't say that that's like the only reason, but there's something there that's keeping it from being just a capitalistic nightmare, despite the number of billboards we pass every single day and the weird ways that capitalism has taken a hold of, all of El Paso. It's interesting. We can all tell that there's something here, but nobody really knows how to take full advantage of it.
Well, from my perspective, older cultures seem to really appreciate artwork and artists and poetry, where the American culture does not.
Mhm.
It has to be entertainment for them to understand it. That's a bastardized form of art. It's not really art to me. It's the using the
Yeah.
tools of art to make entertainment. And so I'm real attracted to I'm an artist. I've been an artist for 40 years, and I'm attracted. That's the only I feel like the only people I can trust. Not that I could trust you, but I can trust you.
Mhm.
I I get you. And the only people I can communicate with. And I think the art world, whereas all these alternative worlds are broken up into their the veins or the branches from a tree, the art world is where those branches, where everything branches off of is creativity.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so yeah, right. So if you get a good art show going, you're going to have all different walks of life in there from the alternative world. And that's how I see the Witch's Sabbath is, having all walks of life from the alternative world, not the square world. You know, not that.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. It's a fun thing to be able to pick out the people that you're like, oh, you get it. You understand immediately.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, the first Witch's Sabbath, it was funny. We had a lot of folks come in from all over the country, and they were like, 10, 15, 20% of them were standing on the back wall, like they were like shocked by what was going on. Everyone else
Entirely flabbergasted.
oh yeah, oh yeah, which was great for me. That was the entertainment for me. you know.
Yeah, the exact type of reaction we're trying to garner.
Yeah, I can't wait. So do you have 16 people down there at least?
Yeah, we got at least 16.
And then I
At
can.
least 16.
I was telling Claudia earlier, if they don't have 16, if it's only 15, I can't make it. So,
No, we got a crazy group of folk that are already really excited and hyped to get everything going. Really excited to like be a part of it and to be a part of something weird and unusual.
Yeah, that's
Um,
exactly it. There we go. Be part of something weird and unusual. Yes.
and
No, no,
especially for us with like Flux Collective, so many of us have been really put on the outskirts in a lot of ways. So it's very nice to get to like bring all of these people that we've been like connecting with and bring them all together to be like, all right, this is for all of us.
yeah. Before we did this, so I came home. I came home early from a good time. Okay, from a good time. I came home for this, and I lay out the robe, and I start to think about things, and I can't. I think about El Paso, and I'm a little nervous. I have the little butterflies in my stomach about it, and that doesn't happen too much. So you all are, you let off something, whatever that is, that makes me think a lot about you and your area and the Flux Collectives type stuff. But it gives
Good,
me like,
good.
what?
I'm like, good, good, as it should be.
Yeah, I have a little nervousness, little butterflies in my stomach. And at my age, that's a very hard thing to feel anymore. Like it's like, what the I don't give a fuck, you know?
That's super solid. That's exciting. We've
Yeah,
always got the little butterflies, but to hear it transmitted so far, I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, we got something going. We got something going.
yeah. You especially, you're something else, Jess.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The minute I spoke with you, I was like, oh, I feel good working with you. You're really, you're good. Just go, run with this. You're a leader. You're great.
Hell yeah, I appreciate it. It's been a fun time trying to figure out where exactly I can fit in, and I realized rather quickly that I can't. So I might as well make my own.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean with the Flux Collective?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
I was going to say, I thought you were talking about Witches Sabbath. I was like, fit in. You're
No, no, no,
basically
no.
taking it over practically. You're
Yes.
like, I got all of this taken care of. Don't worry. Just shush. Keep,
No, yeah, for sure.
which is
It
great.
has been a nonstop version of, all right, this event, yeah, I got that. We can do it. Another event, all right, sure, fuck it. Crazy international event, all right, we'll
Yeah.
fucking make it work somehow.
Yeah. You want this to be your living. You want to be an artist for life. You want to, this is you're entering the art life, or you've entered it. And
Yeah,
that's,
absolutely. As Grace says, it's art or nothing.
oh, I love that. I love Grace saying that. Grace needs to say that next week when he comes on this stream.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they are having band practice currently. So I think they're out at work right now.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to say about that. I got band practice too. I was playing an instrument myself. I put that down to
Nice,
come here.
nice.
Uh,
Yeah,
anyway,
no, they'll be around next time for sure.
good. I love, yeah, it's art or nothing. Like I agree with that. And that's why I'm really happy to, like, when happy to put you and Claudia together as well. I think y'all can do damage, at least separately, but it's nice to network with people that have like interests.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's been really cool to hear that like there's more zine folk really interested in like creating and doing stuff. And I'm super excited to get to read your zine, Claudia, and like kind of experience what your writing is like and get to know you on that type of level. I always find that very fun and interesting.
Oh, let me see this. I'm going to read something that I'm going to, at the Witches Sabbath website. If anyone is paying attention, it's the 16 people. Witches Sabbath 2025. You go there, and it's a website. This is something Claudia wrote. H.R. Giger meets Willy Wonka at the Witches Sabbath. You want to read this, Claudia, or should I?
You can read it.
I could, but I probably can't. I need my glasses. Where's my glasses? Let me see. The idea that, see, I need my glasses. The idea that there is an occult underground permeating within society is more of a fact than it is fiction. Occultists are contained, and it is fiction. Occultists are contained within every level of occupation, achievement, and institution. An infamous hidden influence of the world. Okay, an infamous hidden influence of the world. British occultist Aleister Crowley wrote that every man and woman is a star, and the Witches' Sabbath is an event that shows off beings made of dead supernova. I love this. and stardust like everyone else. But this event consists of magnificent stars, both presenting and attending. And presenting at and attending. Excuse me, Claudia, I don't have my fucking specs. Spooky horned glitter unicorn witches of every flavor. Art and intellect. The du jour of carnal ecstasy, all together under a roof for 2 nights. April 30th and May 1st, El Paso, Texas. Mayhem and a hell of a lot more sensory revelry only experience can comprehend. I know, Claudia, I butchered it, but this is the way it goes.
I thought it was great.
Oh, good. That's good. Thank you for
Yeah, wonderful way to explain it all. Absolutely.
I thought so.
I thought the other one I did was better, but it had to be marketable.
Oh, the one I'm like, I'll use that for the zine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very poetic. It was very poetic. You know, we have to publishing a website. Okay, as publishing goes, you have to publish to the lowest common denominator, or you exclude people from understanding what you're talking about. So newspapers are generally written at a 3rd or 4th grade level for a reason. It's about participation. It's about letting everyone in the world be able to read your story, be able to understand what you're trying to say. So a lot of times you do have to dumb things. You want to say dumb things down. At this age, I'm sensitive to say that. It's just about giving access to everyone. So advertising is base, or marketing or initial contact is base. You've used plenty of big words in there.
For sure.
You know, it's very smart what you wrote. It's not a 4th grade level at all, but yeah, your poetry, it just is. People are gonna. There's too much. It's too much. It's too much. I think it's great, but it was just too much.
I don't think it was enough, personally.
Well, then write something else that's enough. Let's see more. Come on.
Yeah, I'm excited to eventually get to read all the poetry and all the extra because I'm always here for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I can send you stuff I've written elsewhere.
Oh, absolutely. Send it my way.
All right, cool.
I was born and live in the library. It's
Oh,
my home.
Yeah, that was my safe space as a kid, is the library. Love libraries.
I had this small fun routine. Was it small? Probably not, but every morning I would go into the library, pick out, 3 or 4 books, read them throughout my entire class day, and then at the end of my day go and return them and pick out 3 or 4 more to take home with me.
Oh, wow.
So it was always a fun time. I'm really glad to be back in the library again. I finally got my library card for El Paso. But
So you're a
yeah,
bookworm.
send it my way. I want to hear it.
I love it. You're a bookworm.
Yeah, to every extent. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like super excited to get to. I know that we have the zines upcoming. Grace and I have our set that we've been working on. I'm getting the graphic design for them completed so that we can get them sent to you as soon as possible and have them look all extra the way that we enjoy to do so. We're very excited to get to show those off, especially because a lot of our zines have been a lot shorter, and this time we both get to ramble a little and put some more content out there, so that'll be really fun to get to share with everybody.
Did you say you're sending them to me?
I was going to send them to you once they're complete. I don't know if that's the best decision.
No,
or if we're...
all of them are going to you.
Oh, okay. Got it.
See, so I have someone sent me theirs, and so ultimately what I see is we're gonna put them together, and I'll print an envelope or something like that. And what we're gonna do for the Witches Sabbath is the first 20 or 30 people that buy tickets are gonna get a bunch of free stuff.
Oh yeah.
We're not sure about all the details right now, but we're all doing zines for this event, and I'm not sure how those are going to be, if they're going to be given away or sold. But we're going to put them all in one envelope as a packaged kind of deal. And I'm going to screen print the envelope.
Nice. That'll be cool.
Yeah, I'll have my zine in there, your zine, Pill Eater zine, hopefully Claudia's zine. No.
I just need one more piece for it, and that's yours. So
Oof. Okay. Okay, I'll get that done right away.
well, actually, I could send it to you also here. Maybe you could write something for it.
Jess, you're talking to? You're talking to Jess?
Just
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm super down.
Oh, good.
I would be more than excited to do so.
yeah,
That's
your
great.
Flux Collective on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah, you can send me any information there, and I can give you my personal Instagram if you like need that for anything.
Yeah, Jess is on Instagram. Jess is someone else. I don't think we want to announce it here.
I mean, it's totally fine. I don't personally mind. I have like a public art account. It's the same as what my YouTube is, but it's jesters.work.shop. Either way is fine. Or you can follow us all at flux.ep. That's our Flux Collective Instagram. And keep up to date with what we got going on there.
That is very good. I love that you guys are already getting together. You're writing something for Claudia's zine. This is good. It makes me
Yeah,
happy.
absolutely. No, it's exciting. It's super fun. I love getting to see more zine folk out there and getting to write and do more. We do have I think Grace has kind of spoken about it a little bit, but we have a really large, like bookish population, bookish demographic, people who really enjoy books and enjoy literature, and who have been like a lot more authorships, writers in El Paso. So it's been really cool to see that get connected across different areas and get to connect that across different generations as well.
I've done some books. It's a big one.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I've done some books.
This one.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
There you
hell
go.
yeah.
This one. This one's awful. I hate
Wow,
to
that's
show it.
gorgeous.
It's a lot
Oh,
of weird,
hell yeah.
it's a lot of weird shit in here. Wait,
That one.
Yeah.
there's another one. Yeah.
Whoa.
So
Hell yeah.
book lovers of El Paso, come out and meet bookmakers. There's another one. Might is right. The infamous Might is right. Book lovers of El Paso should come out and hang out with bookmakers. And maybe you're going to be a
Absolutely.
bookmaker. Everyone should really try to make a book. It's a good goal to have in life.
Yeah, honestly, it really is. I think, at least for myself, it's not really something I ever super considered, but now that I've been seeing it more and more, I'm like, okay, yeah, you could do that. That's a piece of cake. Piece of
Yeah.
cake. Just put your mind to it.
Yeah, people put pretense on the bookmaking, putting out a book. It's a lot of pretentious idea. It's like because it's in a library or school, only authority figures should be putting out books. And it's like, I don't even know how I started getting into publishing actually like that. I think it was hanging out in a library and that being my safe zone and seeing, like, wanting to have authority, wanting to be of power, wanting to have power that others were using against me. I wanted that what they had. And
Damn,
so,
yeah. I mean, hey, you're the highest authority of your own experience, so you definitely deserve to put stuff out there. So,
yeah, but as a publisher, from a high school being a high school dropout and stuff, people have definitely, book publishers have been like, don't publish books. They've told me that. So it's
crazy.
I guess what I'm saying is if you putting out books is a threat to the status quo. If you're not part of that, if you're in the alternative world, telling your story and publishing books of other people is important, because the people who run the distribution channels and all the power in the world isn't going to help you tell your story. They're going to want to stop you from telling. They don't want you to tell your story. So books are a good thing, especially if you got a great imagination.
Yeah. Ooh, crazy.
I
It's
do.
been. I can tell that you do.
Yeah, I'm nervous about coming down there. I can't even believe it. Look at this. Yeah,
Are
another
you going to
book.
bring your passport? Are we going to have a little adventure in Mexico?
How do I got to get a passport? I don't have a passport. I've not,
Okay, get a passport.
I can get one pretty quick, couldn't I?
I think so.
Well, unless the Trump regime has destroyed that idea. So, I'm gonna go to the post office tomorrow and ask.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. You'll have some of the best Mexican food in Mexico. That's for sure.
Oh, I love that idea. I love that. I definitely want to do that. I I didn't know you needed a passport to get into Mexico.
Yeah, it used to be that you could just take like your birth certificate because that was like what I did when I was growing up as a kid, but with recent changes, it's official that you have to have like a full passport. You can't just have like identification that you're a US citizen.
Yeah, and see, with recent stuff, I knew it. I knew it. I was like, I
Yeah,
could swear I remember not having to have a passport to get into Mexico.
yeah.
Oh, that fucking dickhead. Well, I love the Mexican president. I think she's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Crazy stuff.
yeah, fuck. Anyway, those politics will send me down a spiral.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, but I'm anxious, I should say, not nervous, but I have butterflies. Like I said, just thinking about, like, I put the robe out and I was like, I don't even know what I can do down there now. I'm nervous.
Don't worry, we'll guide you through.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I've got an idea of things, but see, the thing is, I got to get down there early, and I sort of play off a room. I have to deal with what's going on around me for
Yeah,
making that.
absolutely.
So I can't really
Oh,
plan a lot of what I'm going to do. Anyway,
yeah, no worries.
I
Sorry if you can hear my cat. I have a very small kitten and she doesn't know how to meow correctly. She just kind of squeaks. I
I love it. Let's hear your kitten more. Hello, kitty.
don't know if you can hear her purring.
I want to get a cat.
But yeah, we got lots of little things planned for you. We got lots of little areas and um fun fun little adventures that we can take you through.
Well,
El Paso is also one of those crazy places where our entire city is about like an hour and a half wide both ways. So
really?
it's not like yeah, it's not like when I go into Chicago, you know how it's like downtown Chicago and then like kind of the Chicago suburb areas, and then it splits off into like small towns and townships and other things like that. We don't really have that. We just have like the main city of El Paso and then the east side and the northeast side and the far east side and Horizon City and Fabens and this and that and that and this. And all of it is El Paso. So it's about a half hour from the west side to the far east side, and then an hour and a half from the top of the northeast into the border. So all of that is pretty much considered El Paso. It's a little crazy.
I love it. There's a lot of witches in El Paso, isn't there?
Oh, there's so many.
I
There's
see.
so many. It's like really ingrained within like Mexican culture as a baseline, not only through like the indigenous practices of people here, but also because of like colonization and the integration of Catholicism, like merged into those indigenous practices. There's a lot of like Catholic witches. There's a lot of like daily witchy things that people do without thinking about it that are very cultural and just a baseline of how you interact with like your family or the people around you or your jobs, and a lot of like mentalities that people hold that are very witchy and energetic, and they don't even really recognize it as being witchy. It's really quite funny.
That's the best part. They're the great witches, though, if they're not realizing it. Once you can do that,
Yeah.
subconscious. So, but that's why I say it's non-denominational. When I did the first one in Chicago, I ran into Catholic witches, which I did not know there was such a thing.
Hmm.
And they were like, "Well, I can't come to it because it's satanic because I'm involved." They'll say it's satanic, and I'm like, "No, it's all for everyone. It's for every. It's all witches." And they loved that idea, and they showed up, and they had a great time.
Yeah.
But they had a great
Yeah,
time laughing at
absolutely.
us. Really, basically, they were laughing, which is fun. That's good. Yeah, so I'm hoping that we're gonna. I'm not hoping we're gonna have a great experience within El Paso. I know that because I trust that the Flux Collective is gonna bring the noise.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we got all kinds of little things already brewing, ready for everybody to start to experience. We're real excited about it.
Yeah, you say these things and it worries me. I'm like, what is actually brewing? What's going to happen? Is there a Shane Bugby dunk tank? I'm going to be chained in. We're going to dunk Shane out the fucking dunk tank. What the fuck?
That would be really good, actually. You're giving me more ideas. See?
Yeah, we're all secretly collaborating. It's gonna be like beanbags thrown at you. If it hits the center,
Uh-huh.
all of a sudden something played from some old radio show comes
I'll
off
take.
the speaker, and then you get dunked.
Oh, you're
Correct.
real. You got the real torture. Something from my old radio show that I would hate is going to be played. That's fine. Bring all the smoke. I want all the smoke. You do that because it comes back at you. Trust that.
Yeah, now we're going to be plotting against you. Claudia and I are going to be texting on Instagram going, hey, what about this? Hey, what about that?
Oof.
No, you can find it all yourself. I already went through all that stuff.
Oh no. Well, I don't need. I'm already paranoid. Why are you going to do this to me? Why?
Turn
You'll
those
be
butterflies into a full
getting dunked
rumble.
in cotton candy.
What was that?
It'll
Oh,
be
true.
dunked in cotton candy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, I have magic on my side. I'll get you. Yeah. So what else? What else should we talk about? We have anything else that we should want to talk about here?
I'm not totally certain. I know Grace had intended to like have some talking points specifically, but I don't know if there's anything in particular that you want to ask about, maybe.
I'm excited to record with you all recordings when I'm down there that we can put out as podcasts. I don't want to talk about that stuff here. Those
For sure.
concepts, but I do want to communicate. Oh wow, I didn't even remember this about this piece. Look at that. I snuck one in there. Look at that Baphomet monster with 3 eyes.
That's so cool.
I know. I didn't even notice it. Good thing about my artwork, I find new things in it all the time that I made and I don't remember.
Little surprises for yourself.
Yeah. So I don't know if I have any. I guess I do have questions for you, Jess.
Okay, shoot.
What you've told me a lot of things, but what do you have? Do we? What might go? I hear there might be fire at the event. You said fire juggling at one point or something like that, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So what was that?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, some of the things that we've been like getting into contact with people with, we have a glass worker who's going to be doing some like live glass blowing and glass making things. We have some drag performers who are going to be joining us. We have wrestling is a really big thing for like Mexican culture in general.
Is
So
it
we have a lot of
the masked wrestling?
like luchadores.
There you go. That's the name.
So we have a couple of wrestling leagues and stuff like that we're trying to get in contact with and see if even we can get like drag performers to do a wrestling match together. That would be fun.
That's hilarious.
We might have like what is it, like a car show, like have all of the like cholillos bring out their like pimped out rides and have like a full show with like pinup girls and like pinup competition.
You're talking about lowriders, is that correct?
Yeah.
See, that's something that like Americans, that's one of the only art forms we have in America. The lowrider I believe, was created in the West Coast. That's what I've
Yeah,
been
I think
told.
so.
Am I wrong? Yeah, it was created, and that's an art form that is a purely American, and it's one of
Yeah,
our only.
absolutely.
It's one of the only ones we have that was created here. A lot of all the other shit comes from other old cultures. So when we have a 300-year-old culture, that's I love. My point is, I love lowriders. I love going when I go to the West Coast. I go all the time to check them out. They're always at the woods. I mean, at the park. They park up at the. I make sure to go to the park and see them.
Right. Okay.
So that's cool. What else? Is that good enough for it? Are you okay, Jess? Did the cat eat you?
No, you're good. I'm sorry. I totally forgot to tell my mother that I am in the middle of the thing. But yeah, we're gonna have lowriders. We have a lot of car shows, car folk that come out here. We have a lot of pinstripers and like that old school art style, the Chuco
Mothers are
aesthetic.
Sabbath.
I'm sorry?
Mothers are invited to the witches' Sabbath.
Yes, absolutely. No, we have several awesome alternative mothers that are going to be absolutely joining us, and we have all kinds of folk coming through to be like representations from all groups and walks of life.
That's excellent. I love hearing this. This should have been at the beginning of the show. Everyone's like, "What's going on here?" I'm like talking about my haircut, haircut and hot dog.
Haircuts and hot dog, the important stuff.
That's right. You said tattoos maybe as well, huh?
Yeah. So, Roxy, one of our Flux members, has recently started an apprenticeship with a local tattoo studio that we're doing galleries and work there with. So we're going to have some of their artists come through and do some pop-up tattoo stuff as well. I'm talking to our local BDSM community, seeing if they're going to come out and maybe do some exhibition work, do some like live performance type things, and also just like come out and enjoy the entirety of the event. I'm trying to speak to some piercing people who do like piercing play and see if they want to do like some suspension and that type of work out there. Do
Jess,
something a little crazy.
you are on it, Jess. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, no,
Amazing.
absolutely. We got some circus performers that I'm in contact with, see if we can book them out. We have fire dancers and like sword jugglers and that kind of thing. All kinds of artists and local vendors who are going to be showing up to help support and have something for families to do on the outside, and then people can go in. Yes, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. What my point is, I was like, now I remember why I was a little nervous. This is why. The heavy amount of talent. I'm like, I gotta perform. I gotta keep up. I'm too old for this shit.
Get one of those retro arcade things and do like a Pac-Man tournament or something.
Oh, that's a great idea. Oh my God. I can probably get us to like rent out a couple of arcade, what are they usually called? Oh man, I can't remember what they're called, but we have it's really funny. We have a fairly large community of people who really enjoy Pac-Man, Galaga, and D&D. I mean D&D as well, but
Galaga?
Dance Revolution.
Galaga? I'll smoke anyone at Galaga.
We're gonna have a time. Galaga's
You're
my
not
shit.
gonna even have a time. You're gonna have a depressing time. I've been doing that for fucking 50 years since I was 6 years old. Galaga's my game. I used to go to 7-Eleven.
This just means you're gonna teach me so much crap. You're gonna teach me so much, and I'm gonna smoke somebody else out. That's perfect. That's exactly what I needed.
No one's gonna beat me at Galaga. I'll bet the farm on that. There's no fucking way. I'll do that.
I need the competition. People get bored with me when I start playing and they can't even keep up for like 2 levels, and I get bored myself. But I'm like, all right, I need somebody to come smoke my ass. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So yeah, we can definitely. I can look into getting some arcade games out there. Pac-Man, DDR.
There's something about young people embracing nostalgia that I didn't realize until I'm older now. There's something going on there is very nice. It's like a tribute to old people almost.
It's absolutely my favorite. I used to play Galaga a lot with my mom, like on our really old ass computer, and that was iconic.
I feel like you'd be playing with your grandparents. Jesus Christ, that's old.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we got? Yeah, we have several dance performances lined up. We have all kinds of musicians. Greece has a pretty long list of pretty sick bands happening. I think we're gonna try to get some live artists as well. Like I said, we have that glass worker. I want to see if we can get
I'd like a couple. If we could get a couple dead artists, that would be better.
Oh, what?
Dead, the dead ones. Just pull them right out the coffins.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll resurrect them live.
Dead.
But yeah, let's see. I don't know if I'm missing anything. I'm gonna try to get us some like some crazy people to be hanging around with us the entire time. Oh my God.
I'll be bringing these.
That's so fun.
Bone dust all over my keyboards now. Damn it.
Seasoning.
Well,
that's so good.
Yeah. I'll bring the dead artist arms.
Perfect. We'll need them. Be blessed by the dead bones.
This sounds like this incredible amount of things happening. I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited. Too excited.
Just gotta repossess the Dean headstone, and it'll be perfect.
True. There you go.
I don't know if you know, Jess. I used to have the Geen headstone in my van driving around.
Yeah, I think Grace had told me like bits and pieces, so many bits and pieces of small stories, and that was one of them. And I'm like, wow, that's a fun one.
Yeah, I was talking to someone, I forget, they were a young person. I said, "Listen, you want the lore I have. You have to live a life. You want lore? I have lore. I
Yeah,
do.
no, I want to know all of it.
I'm
Grace was
happy.
like, Shane's gonna have to have like a 6 hour conversation with you just to get through like a quarter of the interesting things.
Well, on the second, we can do something cool like a Q&A or anything like whatever you guys want. I'm in there all the time. You know, we can do it personally too, but I'm willing to talk about all that stuff with you all.
I have
Oh
the
yeah.
dibs on the future biography already, so
Oh, okay. Duly noted. I'll be very excited to read it when it gets out.
Claudia has has taken the title of the Shane Bugby historian. So
What an honor that is.
for me, yes, I'm very touched.
That's super fun.
I'm just saying, I can't get over how nice my beard is looking. It's very nice.
Nice and trimmed up.
It is, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. I've never grown a beard before, so I'm fascinated by it. Yeah, I'm a very hairy person. Whatever. Let's not get it. I'm sorry, Jess. I don't mean it.
You're totally fine. I don't mind.
Okay. um,
Um,
it
yeah, I
sounds
don't
like
know. I think that's a lot of the things that we've been thinking about getting together. I'm sure there's more that I'm missing. There has to be because I we've
more.
been like shooting idea after idea and just being like, okay, let's try it. Okay, let's try it.
Will you
Let's
have a
figure it
nap?
out.
Will you have a nap truck there?
Oh, that would be nice. We are gonna have an IV truck, an IV like thing for people to come around and get their IVs through. We'll have plenty of coffee places.
What do you
We'll
mean
probably
IVs? What the fuck you mean
yeah, like
IVs?
it's called what is it called? It's essentially this like truck that goes around the like popular bar areas in El Paso and offers like an IV, like an IV drop, so that you don't end up as hungover the following day when you have to go to work. It's
Amazing,
so crazy.
oh yeah, they sell those where I work.
Yeah. And
amazing.
it works.
Okay,
It works. People feel not so hungover the next day.
I'm not amazing. I don't know what to say. It's something new that I've never seen before or heard about. So I'm just taken back by it. I don't know how that works any better than a greasy burger or taco or something, bunch of fries. You know, at the end of the night, I
Very
eat
fair.
something.
For El Paso, it's the menudo. You have menudo
Yeah,
after a
menudo.
hangover day. Yep.
Boom. You don't need anything. You don't need an IV. Have menudo. Exactly, menudo.
Mhm.
That's right.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah, we're
don't.
also gonna have try to set up wherever we end up in the wee hours of the morning, bring around like some folk to sell menudos and chilaquiles
Oh
and
wow.
lots of coffee so
Holy
that
shit.
people who have to go to work can survive the next day and
Oh
come
my.
back and party in the evening.
Oh my God. I mean, I gotta have a nap room. I gotta fucking have a nap room. Holy shit. That's all I can think about. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be. This is officially the last party I will ever attend. Probably. I could see it now. It's gonna break my back. I'd be like, yeah, I can't keep up anymore.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll have people on standby. Make sure to get you in that back brace and put you back on stage.
Oh, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. I love it. Thank you. This is great. You know, this is
Oh,
great.
for Rockwar, yeah, I think it's called IV drip or IV cure or something like that, and it's essentially just a truck that comes around with an IV drip so that you get your fluids in, so you're not hungover the next day. It's really solid. It's a good one.
Yeah, I know people drink some sort of Theraflu or something like not a drug, something like fuck it, I can't remember. Forget me trying to. There's some drink that rehydrates you.
Yeah, like a Pedialyte.
Pedialyte. That's right.
Mhm.
I've heard of people using that before. The IV though, that's a weird. I'm not even going to comment on it. I can't even. I can't say it's weird because I don't know anything about it, but it's just it's my mind is trying to wrap around that idea of there being a person giving IVs when you're leaving a bar. It's like what in the fuck?
Yeah. It was
It's
pretty
like
funny. It popped up maybe about 4 years ago, and it's really grown, and people really love it here. And
I
it's a
just
drinking culture, so
yeah, but the Chicago drinks. But why would you want to sober up?
yeah.
You spent all that money drinking. Like enjoy it. Like go home, enjoy the ride. I just don't understand why I would want to wake up out of it. You know, hangovers can be fun too. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't understand the concept of sobering up is what I'm saying when you're in there. The only
Oh,
thing I
yeah.
wish I wish I had an IV for is when I was younger, like taking acid, hits of acid. Like I wish someone could have taken me out of some of those trips.
Mm. Yeah, I fucking bet.
Though I
Yeah,
love
I think
mushrooms.
unfortunately for the most folk, you get the best, like, deals on drinks, the weekdays. Wednesday, Thursday evening, people go out really, really hard and still have to go to work at 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Oof. Yeah.
A brutal time, but hey, they make it work.
When we did the last Witches Sabbath, it was a Tuesday, and uh, the idea was, why not to do it on a Friday because the holiday doesn't fall on a Friday. And what they've done with, in my childhood, Halloween fell on whatever day Halloween fell on. So if it was a Wednesday, it was Halloween, and we stayed up all fucking night. And Thursday, most of the parents would have to take off of work because they drank while they walked their kids around the block. So we just did that. Now it's on the weekends. It sort of killed the holiday. It sort of made it not
Yeah.
so special. It made it something that's just buy-in. And Christmas is on the day. They don't push it to the weekend, and we shouldn't push our holidays to the weekend like that. It really destroyed Halloween how it was. I tell you, Halloween was really something different back then.
Yeah, it's really crazy to see people do the like double weekend of Halloween. Like it extends to be like 13 days because you end up having so many parties to go to and so many things to do. And it's just not as, it doesn't have that spark, that magic.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, if you're not doing something on the day like the 31st, if it's on Wednesday, do it. Like go out. Don't sit there and have to see everything's considered about work. Well, we have to work, so we have to push it to Friday. Well, we have to work. No, what you have to do is take a day off of work. Well, you have to, and that's what you should be doing for the Witch Sabbath. Take a couple of days off of work. And I understand
Yeah,
how hard that
absolutely.
is. I understand how hard that is with money, but you deserve to take a couple of days off of work. Just you have to figure that one. You should really. That's what life is about, is living, not working. So, you know, I would just tell people, please take days off. But also, a lot of people that are off on a Wednesday or Thursday or Tuesday, let's say, are people that have to work the weekends because everyone is drinking on the weekends. Or
Yeah, for sure.
so, industry people are usually people that can show up at an event like this. Tattoo artists are people that can show up at an event like this. Sex workers are people who can show up at an event like this. And so that's who I cater to. I
Mhm.
cater to people that are in the alternative world like that. And so,
Yeah, and I love that. That made me really excited to hear that perspective and be like, no, this is for the industry workers. This is for
yeah.
the working class and the people who end up working when everybody else is partying. I remember being part of that really intensely, and it was always like very demoralizing to see
You
that.
so you worked on the weekends, is what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, I was a bartender and a food service waitress and like caterer for 16 through like 24. What is that? Like 8 years, 7, 8 years or so. I was deep in the industry for sure. Had my fair share of missing out on parties and events and things because I had to sit around and give people their drinks for their parties and events and things.
Right. So I didn't know that, and you sound like you're 24. I didn't know. You sound very young.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I also look exceedingly young. I mean, I don't expect to not be carded for a very long time, but I definitely still have like teenagers hit on me and I have to be like, no, please stop. I'm a grown ass adult. Please no. I do not want
Mm.
to get in trouble for this. Thank you. And also, no.
Yeah, you're funny. That's funny.
It's a wild, wacky time, but
But you,
one of these days.
so you know what I'm saying with the industry workers and stuff like that. It's usually that's why I think weekday holidays are cool.
Mhm.
Exactly. You know, because they are for the regular people, and the weekends are for rich people. It seems.
Yeah.
It seems
It's
that
definitely
way.
how it feels.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm glad that's understood.
Yeah,
Somehow.
no, absolutely. I mean, I've been like telling people here and there, inviting people in and whatnot. And a lot of people are like, oh, like, are you sure? Are you sure it's supposed to be the 30th? It's not like the Friday before the 30th or something. And I'm like, no, like
Right.
it's the 30th. This is the day that's happening. I'm telling you over a month in advance, ask for the day off. Ask for the following day off.
Yeah, it's on the it's got to be it has to be on the 30th. It's the day. We want to create magic. We got to follow some sort of map, and there's a map there. The witches Night of the Witches is telling me that we need to revive that holiday. We need to revive that and celebrate it. Well, that's
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
I think so.
And it's gonna be killer. It's gonna be a lot of fun for sure.
Next time we do this, I'm going to try to not look. I figure I would like to not. I wish I could just. I have to have marks so I could look at this knowing that I'm in the screen, but I can't. If I'm looking at myself, I keep going. It's what I'm used to in the
You'll get the hang
mirror.
of it. You'll get
What?
the hang of it. You'll get the hang of it just a
Of,
little.
of my beard?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever get used to it. I spent 56 years without one. Anyway, enough about me and my beard. It will be
Sure.
there as well. My beard will be there, and if you're lucky, I'll let you stroke it.
I think I'm good. I'm sure Grace will take that opportunity for
I don't
sure.
mean you. I don't mean you. I meant the general you. I wasn't talking directly to you. But oh yeah,
Good.
I meant I'm talking about the general you. You all. I didn't mean it to be personal.
I know you're good, dude.
I'm a very professional person. So I was
No, I think
talking.
this has all been very professional and fun. And that's the best kind of professional.
Mm, there's very good, very good. Anything else we need to go through?
Um, I mean, I think I'm good. I don't know if there's like anything specific. Everybody's gonna wanna tune in, wanna come out. Claudia, are you gonna be joining in El Paso as well? I can't remember if you had said that or not.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah. Cool, cool, perfect.
You got any plans, Claudia? You said something about sound.
I think I'm mainly just gonna observe.
We'll find
Any
something
any
to have you join in on for sure.
any thoughts, Claudia?
I'm here to observe.
This?
Yeah, this is just me observing and collecting information. So
I see. I see. Okay. You're collecting data like the social media apps. I get it. Well, I don't know what else that sounded good to me. I hope we can do this again next week and we'll be way more prepared because we have information now that Jess has provided us.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and I know now I call Grace on here. I talk to so many people and they have different names, so it's like hard to understand how to talk to them in a published forum. Who the fuck leaves their socks on the table?
Extra yellow and dirty too. How
Well,
beautiful.
not yet. That's a yellow toe. They're gold toes. They're called
Oh,
gold
okay.
toes.
All right, all right.
These are
All
pretty.
right, you're excused.
These are pretty white. As far they are a little dirty, but they're pretty, pretty. How dare me leave them on the table is all I'm saying. All right, what else? Anything else? We're gonna have vomit bags there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to have a whole cleanup crew. We're gonna have a little bit of quote unquote security, just homies keeping everybody in check, but not too in check.
Yeah, security's a must. You know,
Yeah.
the
I mean,
first
I think. Oh, go ahead.
the first one was funny. I got this video as a cop comes in and acts like like an idiot, and what he comes in right before they storm the building, and he starts knocking glasses, cups of drinks out of people's hands, and people are like, what in the fuck? So he's knocking these. It's strategic. He goes up to the front and he starts shining his flashlight. He's like acting like a drunken person. He looks at the DJ booth and sees what the DJ has, if he has any weapons or anything like that, and how it's hooked up. And he looks at all the electrical, looks at everything, and he starts knocking drinks out of people's hands like he's drunk. And our security was going to go up to him, and then he sort of escaped. And then that's when the cops rushed in. And so the idea is he's knocking drinks out of people's hands so they can't launch like alcohol in some cop's face or whatever. Shit like that. That was weird. I don't know why I brought that up, but there you go.
I mean, something to keep in mind. That really is such a cool little work. It's so fun.
Thank you. Yeah. So, Jess, any questions from you? Anything you got? I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'm solid. I'm super excited to get to have everybody come out. Excited to get to meet y'all in person and see your guys' works, read your works, more of them, and have this whole thing come together. It feels very nebulous right now. Lots of ideas, lots of possibilities, and it's fun getting to, mold it down and see what it's actually going to become.
Yeah, this is an occult working, so of course we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
We're not telling you the secrets. So, Claudia, is this going to be on your YouTube channel?
Yep, it already is right now.
Oh God, what an awful situation! I was not prepared for this, as you probably can tell.
I'm high right now, so I don't really care.
Well, that's nice.
Perfect.
I'm not. It's like, oh, man, I wish I had some weed right now. I guess I could go get some. Look at that nice roll.
Oh, tasty.
You guys use those cones?
Yeah, they're nice.
Hmm.
Just say, oh, Jess is in an illegal state where weed is illegal.
I'm not allowed to say.
So Jess obviously is not smoking weed at all because it's illegal.
No,
What the fuck you think,
exactly.
El Paso?
But when
No.
I've been in
And
Chicago,
first, I'm going to tell you something
that was
right
great.
now. The people I deal with, and I deal with, are legal to the. They don't speed limit. They know the speed limit. They do not break. I don't hang with people that break the law. I just want to let that be known. If you're a lawbreaker, you're an outlaw artist. Don't show up.
If you're cool,
exactly.
don't show up.
What?
If you're cool, don't show up.
Yeah, if you're cool, don't show up. No, of course. Yeah. Well,
Man, if the rule is no speed limit breaking, none of El Paso is going to show up. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
we're all law-abiding citizens, is what I'm saying. We're all law-abiding citizens. We are law-abiding citizens, and we raised the flag. Which flag? I'm not sure yet, but we raised the flag in honor of the law. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It's ridiculous. We're law-abiding citizens. What I'm saying. And I can't believe Texas doesn't have legal weed. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is,
It's a fun time out here.
the rest of the country seems to have legalized weed. Isn't it all the states except for Texas then?
I actually don't know. I think we're one of the last strongholds for anti-weed, but I can't be entirely certain if we're the only one.
Well, that's a drag.
Either way, it's a shame.
No, I'm not gonna be able to smoke weed when I'm in Texas. That's a drag. I was busted for weed in Texas once.
Really? That sucks.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, we're definitely never ever gonna go into New Mexico, which is 10 minutes away from a couple of people, to get anything. No, that would be illegal. That would be even more illegal. So certainly not. Only legal things.
This is a replica of the Gainstone, and a very detailed etching of it.
That's right. It was made for a Hollywood movie, officer. You know what? Next week I'm going to be giving away a bottle of brand new ranch dressing. I'm going to be giving away these ranch dressing bottles I have.
Oh my God.
This one, they're new. They're brand new. They're right from the factory. I'm giving these away because I'll never eat. You know, I mean, who the fuck wants? I watch my calories now, kids. I'm losing weight. 130 calories and 2 tablespoons. That's crazy. You know what I could have for 50 calories? This. So anyway, yes, giving away ranch. I don't know what this has to do with the witch's Sabbath, but
Keep
tune in
checking
next-
in.
tune in next week. You get a ranch bottle.
Beautiful.
Claudia,
Hello.
are you okay?
Yep, I'm doing just fine.
Are we done here? You just like this is a tour. Just this is what Claudia does. Just sits there silently and lets you ramble nervously. Like, when is this over?
Beautiful.
When does this go? When do we end it? And Claudia's like, just go ahead and keep talking. Keep digging your ditch.
A perfect combination then. It's great.
All right. Well, I'm done. I don't have anything else to say, and everything I'm going to say is going to sound silly. But
Back to the beard.
yeah, I should have. And it will look bad. Died. It will look bad. Died.
Keep it natural. It's worth it. It's nice to see people keep it.
It would look outrageous. I always think about people who get their hair done or dye their stuff. It's like, why would you do that? It doesn't look. It's not going to look right on your old face.
What do I do both online and offline?
Sit there and let people ramble. Let
Oh.
them dig their own hole.
Yeah, I do that.
What?
I love that. That's very authentic then.
Someone's Barry said that is very true. I do that exactly that both online and offline.
Oh, let people ramble and just sit there silently watching them talk?
Yeah.
It's like, did you get raised by cats?
No.
You act like one.
They
It's like
said
if I had a spray bottle, I go, psh, there, but that's what you get for watching me talk.
So solid. Yeah, we love cats here. We love cats in this household, clearly.
Isn't Claudia like a cat with that?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a good
Very.
demeanor to have. And it's fun to see somebody be very authentic online as they are in person. So
I never said
I
you're.
appreciate it.
Anyway.
I see you're watching YouTube chats. I don't see any chat here, so I'd love to know what you're seeing.
Are you really allergic to cats? Oh, that's so sad.
I'm allergic, but allergy medicine does the trick.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Oh, you guys.
Shane, if you look to the right-hand side, there's a thing that says like private chat and then comments.
Thank you. Okay. Wow, Barry Rock Guar. Okay, look at this. There's people talking.
Yeah, so there's been a couple of people coming in and like talking throughout it.
Barry agrees. Exactly. You're a cat. I'm right. You're an allergic, but you are. Yeah, I'm allergic. You know, they tell me I'm allergic to dogs and cats, but that's never going to stop me. I'm going to have a cat soon.
Oh,
Once I move
cat
into
distribution system.
What?
Cat distribution system.
Yeah, I was thinking about, I don't. Anyway, it doesn't matter about my personal life. I want a cat in my life. That's it. So, but everyone I date keeps saying, "Well, you're like a dog person." I'm like, why do you say that? Because you're a dog person, and I keep thinking inside, I'm a cat person. I think I want a cat. That's what's in my head. But people keep telling me I'm a dog person. I don't know why this is.
Nah.
Are you going to tell me I'm a cat
Your
person?
intuition. You're a cat. You're a cat person. Get that cat.
How do you know?
I think a lot more people are cat people than they think. And I think a lot of people get categorized as dog people without much thought.
They get categorized, no pun intended.
Hey, that one was good.
I do like dogs. I love dogs. I would love to have a little puppy or a little dog, but dogs are a lot of work. And cats are not as much work as they're just more annoying, is what I hear. What I understand is
Yeah.
cats are just really in your face all the time. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah. They're very independent, but
Yeah,
when they want you to know that they need something, they will tell you.
yeah. So,
Yes.
and I hear that night when you're sleeping, they suck the life out of you by getting by your face and just taking in all your air. Like,
Yep.
it's a weird
Yep,
one.
yep. I didn't know that was a thing for a really long time. And then I kept seeing like the cat that we had at the time, like walk up to a baby that was in our household and do that exact same thing. And my mom would like go and shoo her away. And I was like, why are you doing that? And she explained that to me. And I was like, oh, all right, sure. That's fair enough.
So you
But
have a
yeah, I
cat,
mean,
Jess? How many cats do you have?
I have two cats. I have a older cat. She's about to turn 2. And we just got her a smaller cat, a new kitten from the shelter because she was a menace and was breaking every knickknack and prized little object that I have around my house. And now she has responsibility to take care of this tiny kitten and isn't breaking things anymore. So that's been really solid.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. I have two cats, a bird, a turtle, and two dogs. So we do love a good animal in our household.
2 cats, a bird, a turtle, and 2 dogs.
Yeah, correct.
That's the bird and the cats is what I think. Like that works, huh?
Yeah, I mean, somehow surprisingly, the
The
cats
cats
grew
have,
up knowing the bird, so they're not like scared of her, but the bird is scared of the cats.
and you make
So,
yeah, you make sure, well, as it should be, and you make sure the cats are well fed because the bird is next in line.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well fed and well entertained.
I just keep thinking about the bird and the cats. I'm like, huh.
Hmm.
Oh. The DMX
Haven't had
song
any
comes in.
accidents yet, so
What was that?
fingers crossed. We haven't had any accidents yet, so fingers crossed.
Yeah. Oh, crazy.
All right.
Cats have.
Well, I think I'm solid on everything
Me
for
too.
Witches Sabbath. I think everything has like hopefully sounded solid, sounded good. Everybody's excited.
Yep.
So
Then
yeah.
do a, then gonna do a 24-hour thing before on the April 20th. So
You're gonna do 24 hours of streaming on April 20th for the Witches Sabbath?
yep.
Well, that's a
Awesome.
lot of
Okay.
that's a lot of streaming. Hopefully, we'll have a list of artists from El Paso that will join you.
We can
I know.
definitely make that happen for sure.
Yeah, I know. I can't do 24 hours, but I appreciate. Hey, Jess, thank you for showing up. That was cool. Thank you very much.
No,
For
absolutely. I'll make sure this upcoming time that our camera system is working as well, and that way we can all see each other and whatnot.
that'll be cool.
I
Yeah, this
agree.
is
I
like
think it's cool to get to like see each other's eyes and connect
and
fully.
beard.
And beard. And beard. I don't have as such a fine beard, but I'll have something.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Next time. Thank you, Claudia, for doing this. I'm glad you got this
Yeah,
pulled
thank you so
together.
much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome.
How do I
Killer.
hang up this fucking thing?
I'm gonna end it.
Okay, but